This is Mike. Today I'm going to make a video of my new car amplifier, the CT Sounds Team 4000.1. I'm really excited about this amplifier because it's by far the biggest and most powerful amplifier I've ever owned. And honestly, a video can't give you a good indication of how big this amplifier is. If you see it in person, this thing is huge. I mean, here's my shoes right here. I put my shoes as kind of an indicator. I wear a size 11, and that's a size 11 next to this amplifier. It is not a small amp. And I'm really happy to be making this video because I feel like I'm kind of pioneering in the CT Sounds 4000.1 area and on YouTube, because honestly, I haven't seen shit for reviews on YouTube or any person talking about this amplifier or giving, any good info on it. So, I'm an amateur YouTuber, but I'm trying my best. So, I think so far, I'm doing better than what I've seen on YouTube. But, hey, I'm not knocking anyone. I'm just, speaking the truth and telling it like it is. I really like the plexiglass on this amp. It really makes it look sick. And then the bass knob right here, I think they kind of copied the digital design. I think they have a bass knob, bass remote that's very similar to this one, that has a power read and a voltage reading and a clipping indicator. I thought that was really, really cool. And I've never owned a digital design amplifier, but I have always wanted one. But I've never wanted like the lower wattage one. I've always been trying to get one of the higher ones, like an M4 or an M5. Only problem being, I'm not rich, so I can't get that amplifier right now. And even if I could get that amplifier, there's another obstacle. I don't have the electrical system to support an amplifier of that caliber. I'm not even sure I have what it takes to really properly power this one, but I'm gonna give it all that I got and try my best. I'm planning to get some pure copper cable, not the copper clad aluminum, but the actual oxygen free copper 0 gauge cable to run this with. And I already have the one excess power D3100 battery, and I know that's not even close to sufficient for a true 4000 watt system. So I'm planning hopefully to get a second excess power D3100 to help power this. A shitty thing that in the situation that I'm kind of stuck in right now is they don't make an alternator for my car. And if I wanted to get one, it would have to be custom made, and that's not cheap. A custom alternator, I got a quote on it once, and they're wanting like $1,500. And for me, that's kind of a lot of money right now. So I'm just kind of, trying to build my way up there. It's just my car is too new, and there's probably not very many people who are trying to put a huge system in a, in a new Tiguan. I'm pretty sure the market for that is really, really low. Anyways, I'm getting way off track. Let's get back to the CT Sounds. I really think that's cool with the fan, like it is right there. And you can see all the capacitors in there. This thing is, it looks like it can, with the proper voltage, it looks like this shit can put out some serious power. I've never seen copper little pure metal, I don't know what you want to call that, wire, and it's not wire, it's more like metal rods going through an amplifier like that. So that must be an indication that this shit is capable of putting out some serious power. Let's see the front side. I almost want to leave it like this. I'm thinking of getting like, I don't know, 4-inch screws and running it just like that. I mean, I just really like the way that looks. To me, that's just badass. I like all the nerdy, you know, aspect of this. It looks really, really cool to me. Okay, let's look at the front. It's really freaking heavy. I'm not. When I got the box today, I was like, holy fuck, this thing is heavy. Like, I was honestly not expecting this thing to be so heavy and beefy. This thing has to weigh at least 40 pounds. I really like the front of it. I mean, the front looks badass. But I like the clear plexiglass more. I wish I could give you guys a better perspective of how big this is. I'm just trying to figure out how could I give a good example of the size of this thing. I'm guessing it has to be at least 3 feet. It's just my guess. So let's look at some of the technical data of this. I'm on the CT Sounds website right here. Let's see. So I'm going to read it, even though I'm pretty sure you guys can all read. The second soldier in the CT Sounds Team Series amplifiers, the Team 4000.1 Class D 4500 watt RMS competition amplifier. This is one truly powerful amplifier to feed subwoofers and speakers and power nearby 4.5 kilowatt pretty easily. This is a Class D monoblock amplifier and is a competition level amplifier. MOSFET, PWM, pulse width, modulated power supply, soft turn on circuitry, 1 ohm stable mono operation, variable input gain control, subsonic filter, low pass crossover, variable phase, blah blah blah, thermal DC offset, overload speaker short protection inbuilt, nickel plated RCA, thus low resistance input to the amp, LED power and protection indicators. It comes with a remote bass knob, therefore allowing you to control power on and off subwoofer bass level easily. This is a purely Class D amplifier where the audio amplification is solely controlled by electronic amplifying switches inside, making the game much more effective and enthusiastic. So here, look at the amplifier rating. 1 ohm, 14.4 volts, 4,669 watts RMS. So I'm assuming that number there is in perfect ideal conditions, meaning multiple batteries, probably multiple alternators, and obviously ones that are, you know, capable of 250, 300 amp, maybe on the high side 400 amp is I think the highest I've ever seen. 2 ohm 2,763 watt, 4 ohm 1,429. It's a monoblock, 10 hertz to 250 hertz, 2 volt to 5 volt gain adjustment, subsonic filter adjustment, 10 hertz to 50 hertz, bass boost, signal to noise ratio 100 decibel, damping factor 180, minimum impedance 1 ohm. See, that's one of the things I was wondering about, because I was watching a lot of videos on YouTube of people claiming they're running it at 0.25, 0.33. Most common is half an ohm. I've been wanting to call CT Sounds and verify with them because I'm planning to get some subwoofers, and I'm not going to tell you what kind of subwoofers. I want it to be a surprise. But I'm planning to get some subwoofers, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do a 1 ohm or go for a half ohm. But I'm just worried that if it's worth trying to push it to the half ohm and it being able to run without breaking, because like I mentioned before, I'm not rich, so I don't have any money to go and blowing up amplifiers and shit, so I kind of have to run a little conservative. I'm thinking 1 ohm is probably very optimistic at that power level for me, considering all the variables that I mentioned. With, I don't have probably enough juice to give the amplifier all that it needs and wants. I'm hoping to get as close as possible, but I'm working with what I got. So, I'm happy for what I got and not complaining. Just being honest and not trying to over exaggerate who I am or what I have. I'm a average Joe, just like probably half you guys watching. And it has the dual 0 gauge. And that's another thing I'm going to show you guys on the amplifier. I was kind of wondering because on my JBL, the BPX 2200.1, it had dual inputs also, but interesting was I found out by playing with it, it didn't need to be wired in dual power, negative and positive, to work. It worked just fine on just a single run. So I don't know. I ran it with the 4, but it really made no difference even just with 1. Maybe the difference wasn't there because I didn't have enough power to give it all that it needed to really make that big of a difference. So here's the dimensions right here. I don't know why. This is an American company, and I don't get why does it have to give us in the millimeter. Why can't we just get in inches? We're in America. This is an American company. We don't need a metric system. Alright, so that's on the computer. So that might have been a little annoying reading what you might have already known. So let's take a look here. Let me flip this heavy motherfucker back over. See, this is what I was going to show you guys. On the power and the inputs here, see, this one says, like, REM, so I'm guessing this is a side that you can have your remote turn on here, and your second set of power inputs. These are really big freaking inputs right here. I mean, I could easily fit my pinky finger in there. Maybe my ring just a little bit. Got your head unit, bass knob, whichever way you want to run it. Got the other side. Output, input, gain, subsonic, bass, all your normal things. That's another thing I was gonna mention and I was curious about is with the master and slave. So I'm wondering, is this amp strappable? It doesn't say. I don't think that it is. I'm just curious because that would be really badass if you could strap 2 of these together and get double the power. I mean, that would be way beyond my need for my car. I mean, that would be like straight up competition shit. And you would have to have some serious fucking money invested in it to get that kind of real power out of these amplifiers. I got this amplifier for a really crazy good deal, so when the chance came up, I was like, hell yeah, I can't pass that up. So, another thing that I want to say And I hope that every single person who will ever watch this video, I hope you listen and take this literally. I personally hate when people upload videos on YouTube and then they say CT sounds 4000.1, but they don't ever show the amplifier. Like, don't upload a video on YouTube and, you know, have a title of a certain brand or product or whatnot and not even show it anywhere in the video. I feel like that is so freaking stupid. Like, I click on your video because I want to see this amplifier. I want to see this. That's what I want to see. I want to see this product. I don't want to see your car and the trunk vibrating, and you're not even going to show the subwoofers. You're just showing your rearview mirror vibrating or your trunk vibrating. Like, save it. No one wants to see just your trunk vibrating. For all I know, I could put some house speakers in my car and hook up a house amplifier and, you know, make my trunk shake and call it whatever I want. I could say I have a Kicker Warhorse in my trunk and I have two of the most expensive subwoofers known to man. You know, most expensive subwoofers made. Like, to me that is so stupid. Like, don't do it. If you're gonna talk about a certain product, show it in the video. Show us what it can do. Show us that you actually have it, and not just, you know, saying that you have something and don't ever actually show that you have it. I feel like if you look up this video and look up a few of the people who have or claim to have this amplifier, half of the videos that are uploaded and no point show this amplifier. So I take huge pride and I take credit in being the very first person to talk this long, show this in depth about this CT Sounds Team 4000.1. So make sure you like this video and make sure you stay tuned, because I'm not going to tell you what I'm getting. It's a total surprise. It might be one subwoofer, it might be two subwoofers, it might be a sealed box, it might be a ported box. I'm not saying. So please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. This is Mike. Thank you for watching.